here with SK.
Hello. I'm sorry, but you sound like you've had some coffee or something.
I just had 2 chocolates, the smallest chocolates, and I don't know if it was the sugar kicking in like instantaneously, but yeah. Okay, so what are we talking about today? We are going to recap how our leagues went. We're going to talk about our current war situation. There's 2 events going on right now. There is an update coming, balancing changes. So we'll have a little bit of a opinion on that. We are going to do a little bit of a recap, just info about ourselves, the new year. Maybe there's going to be some new viewers, so we'll just kind of give some info on ourselves again, just recap that. And then lastly, before the Cat Fix Stupid, which I'm sure you'll have, we are going to talk about our New Year's resolutions for ourselves, for the clan, stuff like that. So where would you like to start?
Well, it would make sense to give a little bit of background. It's the new year. We should do introductions first for whoever listeners rather than viewers, but you know. But yeah, so because I was thinking, this is now the second year, start of the second year that you and I have been doing this. It'd be good to sort of give a run through of who we are, why we choose to podcast, and what we want to get out of the podcast. So shall we start off with that?
Sure. We'll start with me. I started playing Clash. I think this is my 3rd year. It'll be 4 years for me in September. So I'm at about 3.5 years that I've been playing Clash of Clans. I was told not to play Clash of Clans because it would be a life sentence, but I am stubborn and I wanted to play. So I started playing, and I started
playing in secret.
Yeah, I was just going to say I started an account before I was allowed to start an account because I wanted to play. So I had one account, and then you said, okay, we'll start an account. We'll get it in the clan that you had. So not even a week later, I had 2 Clash of Clans accounts, playing mostly the one that was invited into your clan, and my account has been in that clan the entire time. The only clan that one has been in. I am now Town Hall 13 with that account, just turned Town Hall 13. I previously maxed out every single defense, elixir pump, troop, spell. Everything is maxed before I go to the next Town Hall. Just something I personally do. Before I go to the next Town Hall, I usually push. I think I made it into Masters 2 as a 7, Titans as an 8. I made it to Legends as a 9, and then 10 went back into Legends and whatnot, and 11 as well, 12, just to kind of, for me, it was just a way to get better with my attacks. The higher up that you're hitting, the tougher bases and stuff like that. So I play mostly on my 13, which is my main account, which is in our clan. I do have a couple other ones that I had gotten, I just kind of wanted to try different things, so started another one and whatnot. But yeah, I mostly play on my 13, and like I said, I'm a new Town Hall 13 now, and not really liking the 16-day upgrades, but rating is still not too bad. And I've got a good jump on my heroes. As soon as they're maxed, I'm quite excited because I definitely will be going into Legends, and not so much trying to push, but just kind of going to want to see where I can get and whatnot. So
I think I can foresee that becoming
a stressor, an issue.
I'm trying to think of the right word here. May I suggest that you try to do that when you unlock all the troops that you need? As in, because you don't have the wall wrecker yet, do you?
I don't need that one.
Not yet. But then you'll be like, oh, I want to try this new thing that the pros are doing, and then that's the one that you want to try. So
I don't know.
I humbly request that you withhold from going into Legends until you have everything that you can make yourself.
I don't think that they will be nerfing hybrid, and I like using hybrid. I've always liked, I guess I could have mentioned that too. I always liked using Hogs ever since I started at Town Hall 7. I've used it all the way up until Town Hall 11, and that's when I kind of branched into miners. Actually, it was the end of Town Hall 10, beginning of Town Hall 11, where I branched into miners, and then Town Hall 12 came along, and hybrid came along. And so that's what I've been using for wars mostly now. I do use a lot of dragons as well. When I was 7s, 8s as well. I tried to use have a both ground and air army. Didn't quite get into Lalo as much, but I'm trying to do that now. Just because I do feel like I'm still pretty good with dragons. Like I said, I've got the hogs and the miners down with hybrid because that's my go-to army. I don't like witches personally. That's a personal choice. I think they're a spam troop, and I refuse to use them.
But not hybrids, not spam, because it's two types of spam troops together, so it's extra spammy.
You have to do a queen charge. You have to funnel properly. Most witch
you
attacks.
can still do that with witches.
Most witch attacks, you watch and people just throw them down, and it 3 stars a base. And for me, that's just spam. It just is. You're not going to change my mind. For me, that's spam.
You still can fail with witches, though.
You can, but you got to be pretty bad to fail with spam witches.
Yeah, I mean, I think
you still have to get your spells right. You still have to get your spells in the correct positions and whatnot. But anyone with half a brain can spam witches and get a 3-star.
Depends on what town hall you're talking about, though. You mean like across all town halls?
I think. Well, maybe not Town Hall 13. I think there's more to Town Hall 13, but I do think that a witch spam or a Yeti spam will free just about anything Town Hall 12 and down. I do.
Interesting. Okay. I guess that's a whole other topic in terms of me trying to convince you that witches are a valuable troop.
Yeah.
So, what do you like about the game?
What do I like about the game? I am a competitive person, and so I like the war part of it. I do like doing friendly challenges as well. It's a little bit more difficult in our clan just because you and I are the only Town Hall 13s right now, and we live in different areas, so trying to catch up at the same time is sometimes difficult. Like I said, I'm excited about being able to play in Legends now, just because I am a Town Hall 13, and once I get to be max, it will be probably Town Hall 14 coming out, and I won't get to play in Legends, but the opportunity just to still be there and to try and see how my skills match up against some of these, people that spend all their time in Legends. I'm curious just to see how I do, because I'm a competitive person, and for me that would be exciting, like to play against those people. So I'm looking forward to that.
Remember to go on holiday for the 2 weeks that you're going to be doing that. Okay. Shall I go over what I am and what not? So I'm still upset that he decided to play and, didn't listen to me, and now we're stuck playing this game forever and ever and ever. There's no end. So I've been playing for years. People always that join always ask how long you've been playing, and I don't know. I've lost track. It's that long. Go look at the Christmas trees and then you can figure it out. Is what I would say. But I started playing when wars hadn't come out, or they'd just come out. I can't even remember now. And it took you pretty much half a day to build your dragon army because I was only a 10L7 at that point when I was in war. And it was like, okay, I'll be back in like, what was it, 4 or 5 hours for my army to get covered, because I think a dragon took half an hour for one dragon and you needed like 10. So that was back in that day. I'm now a 10L13. I am maxed, bar my champ, because I'm not allowed to take the time off to put her down.
Oh no. Don't even say that crap.
Well,
Yes, I want a war.
I don't want a war. I tell you to help me out all the time. I always say you can help me out if you want, but you never do. So I am now at the position where I'm waiting for my book from the season pass, and I still not bought the season pass. But I will eventually. So yes, I'm max pretty much all out. It's actually, even though Supercell have been releasing content fairly regularly, I guess with the passes and the builder boosts and whatnot, the potions and the books and whatnot, it's actually quicker to max out, which was their intention. That's why they released those magical items. But I remember being at 10L10, and then I was so close to maxing out my heroes. Literally like 2 or 3 days after I'd maxed out my heroes, they released 10L11. And then they did exactly the same thing when I just maxed out 10L11 and its heroes. They released 10L12. So nowadays I'm fully maxed, and it's now, well, I just play when I feel like it. I don't have a reason to play. I must play the game because it's a life sentence. I play it because I like to war. I think I've said before that I would have stopped playing if there was no actual war. So clan wars, not war leagues. I do like the clan war element of it, of us as a clan working together to sort of have a successful outcome. I do enjoy that aspect of it. I'm not as competitive as some people. I have been to Legends League. I have been to champs as a small person. I've, my profile is nearly done. So there's not very much for me to do apart from, potter around and try and recruit and, get grief for new people that can't read. So we've talked about our wars a lot in previous episodes. I think we came with 600 now. So I have generaled a decent proportion of those wars, so I'm pretty much trust my co to take care of that. So yeah, I'm just like a backseat driver. No, I do not judge people that use witches. You don't like witches, I don't like miners. So I've never ever used. I lie. I have used a minor army once, and I've never touched them again. And I know it's about, okay, you need to keep practicing until you get a feel for them, But no, I mean, I'm already, I'm like, there's so much going on. I don't like that you can't see where the troops are, and I ask you for help. And your tip is put down your spells where you think they're gonna be or where they should be. And I'm like, what kind of gameplay? What kind of strategy is that? Oh, I think they should be near the town hall.
No, because if you funnel correctly and you put your miners in between going through the funnel, you know where they should be.
But how do you know though? How do you know? Because you need to know, I like to maximize the spell value. And I don't want to be like, okay, they should be here now, so I'll just put one there. I'd like to know, exactly where they are. I like to see. So yes, I don't like manners. Boo to manners.
I just want to clarify. It's not that I don't like witches, because you use witches differently than people that spam witches. I'm talking about the spam witches that just throw them down and don't really care what goes on, and they still 3-star. That's spam. The way that you use witches, that's not spam, because you're doing...
That's just a bad attack.
Put the witches down. It's not spam. Just wanted to clarify that. It's not that I'm like anti-witch. I'm anti-witch spammers.
Okay. Well, I'm just anti-miners. Regardless of whether you use them in hybrid or just miner spam. Even just miners in general. I don't like them. I think they're odd.
You start a couple phases with miners, if I'm correct.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
I remember once that I attacked, and I was like, I know that you can get it if you do this, and because I was missing something, and I said, I know that you can get it if you do it, and you did it, and you 3-star.
Not with miners. I didn't do. I would be like, no. I would also.
No. I know, and I know that you did, because I remember watching it and being like, oh my goodness, is she feeling okay? Because she has minors. I know that you did.
I didn't. I think what you're thinking about is that I used hogs.
No.
Because I used to be anti-hog too, remember?
And now you like hogs.
No, I never used to be anti-hog. I just never really used hog because you were the hogger, so I didn't, to maximize our chances, I didn't follow to use hogs as well because I knew that you could do the bases that needed hogs. So I wasn't anti-hog. I do like them. I just don't tend to use them because I know that you can use them better. So that's probably what you were thinking of. I've never used miners in Freestart. I've never used them in war ever.
I know for a fact that you have. I'll remind you, don't worry.
Alright, okay, fine. Because I will also remind you that when you tell me, just do how I did, but you've got a champ, or you've got these extra spells, just do what I did, but do this. It doesn't always go to plan, Jen. I think you'll know.
It never goes to plan.
So...
We're getting a little bit off track, but I still remember one war where my 3 or 4 loons took out the single inferno and yours didn't, and I don't know how because you had an extra level on your loons.
Yeah, Jen. So don't ever say, just do what I did. So yeah, we learned from that mistake. So yeah, that's a not so brief history of us. And then we're going to talk about why we do this podcast and what we want to get out of this podcast. So I'll talk about why we do it, and then you can talk about what we want to get out of the podcast. I don't know if those are the two same things. Anyway, it's late. Okay, it's late. I had a hard day. So we decided to have a podcast because we talk about Clash a lot, too much. Anyway, so we talk about the things that we talk about now in the episodes, but somebody had this crazy idea that if we had podcasts, then we could, one day when we're old and at Town Hall 50, we could listen back to the older ones and laugh about how, we all thought that witches were spam and now they're this amazing troop. Or something like that, and more like a record of our conversations, and not at all so that I can go, listen, Jen, you said that super goblins were terrible, and now you love using them all the time. um, so yeah, so we decided to have a podcast because we talk about it a lot anyway, and we just wanted to we thought it'd be interesting, however many years down the line to sort of see what we've talked about and what we thought about things. So Jen, what do we want to get out of the podcast?
I don't know. It was. I don't know. I told you not to do this to me.
Okay.
Not to put me on the spot with the question and make me think. My brain is already shut off. I'm done work for today.
It's a lot later in the day for me.
It's what you said. I mean, it's just a way for us to kind of release our thoughts and whatnot on the game that we play. Mm-hmm. Because it can be frustrating, and I think rather than taking it out on the people in the clan when they're being stupid, or you and I arguing about something, this was just a way for us to have a conversation about it and kind of let it be done and whatnot.
Yeah, so I mean, we talk about, because you and I are both in leadership roles and we actively manage the clan along with some others. We face, probably similar issues that other clans have, and we just wanted to sort of talk about our take on it and why we do certain things and what happened. So more about the actual clan management aspect of it is what we were thinking we'd cover, rather than, ones like people that do things about war or leagues or, the competitiveness or farming or what have you, or attack strategies and all that. We just wanted to focus on the clan as a whole, and how do you and I think about what would make our clan be a success in our eyes, and what we want our clan to be like, weighing up different things. So for example, when new things come out like clan games or leagues, how do we as a clan decide what's our approach to that, to those new things? And it is also, like you said, managing clan is frustrating, and it's that opportunity for us to have a vent, and so that it doesn't affect how we treat other people in the clan. Okay, so that's where we are, and now we're in the second year of talking about this, and we're still playing the game, so it must be working.
Yeah.
It must be working so much that I've actually, made me blooming create another one. But yeah, it's doing what we want it to do.
Yeah.
So and I guess because we talk about the clan and certain things that happen in the clan, we like to keep it within our own little bubble to sort of respect the privacy of the other players in that clan. Because this is just our view, isn't it? There's always other views, and other valid opinions on how to approach things.
And I mean, for me too, I mean, it's a good thing that we haven't, named anyone or anything like that, because I mean, especially when it comes to our wars, when some people are just not attacking the way that they can, it's frustrating, and I get frustrated, and I say they suck, and they don't, and it's just, it's just a good way, like you said, to vent and kind of get it out, and then, be able to step back and say, it was a good war. We didn't win, we struggled. We win as a clan, we lose as a clan. Let's move on, kind of thing.
Yeah. So the podcast is our own little stress ball. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what's next on the agenda, Jen?
So that being said, our Clan War leagues
Have finished now.
Are finished. We ended up getting less stars than last month and less destruction than last month, only by 6 stars and like 58 destruction. So not very much. Considering that we lost a Town Hall 10 and a Town Hall 9, I think, from the previous season, I think that we still did pretty good. We still ended up in 5th place in Crystal League 3. And we still had relatively the same amount of stars and destruction, given, we had that less Town Hall 9, Town Hall 10. So I think we ran 16 people this league. We ended up with 15 at the end of leagues because the one guy just...
That was the guy we talked about last time, didn't we?
So, I mean, we were running 3 Town Hall 7s and a Town Hall 8 at the bottom. That's, that's our clan. And we still finished 5th in Crystal League 3. So I think that's really good for us. There was definitely some wars that we could have won, but generally a 5th place finish was good. And we all got a decent amount of medals. And, yeah.
I'm just glad we bet that clan that is similar to us. And that's actually what pulled us ahead into 5th and secured our 5th place, basically. Because that to me was the key war that sort of showed that actually it's not all doom and gloom, and actually we can still hold our own when we're matched a little bit more fairly. So I think, yeah, I'm just glad we bet that clan. By the skin of our teeth.
It was a good league. I do remember last leagues. I don't know if it was last leagues or the league before it. I remember talking to you, like having to decide who to give the badges and medals to, and it was like, oh man, like who do we give them to? Because everybody struggled. It was difficult to choose because we have our categories that we like to give for, and this league's one of the co-leaders had stepped up again and did 2 of the wars, and so I shared the responsibility with him in giving out the medals, and I said, okay, you picked 2 of the batches, you had your batch, and I had my batch. And for me, picking the MVP was so difficult because there were so many good attacks that people had. There were so many defenses that we had this league. And it was difficult, and it was just the total opposite of last week, where it was, oh my goodness, who do I pick? And this one, it was just like, wow, like I've got all these people to choose from. So I made you pick yours first, and then the other guy, he picked his, and then from there it was like, okay, kind of narrowed down for me to see who the MVP was. And like I said, we always try to be fair when we hand out the batches. So I keep a list of who gets them, just because, we do have our categories. And people have to fit into those categories to get the badges and medals. But I do like to be fair as well in that, if somebody, especially if it's a Town Hall 9 or a Town Hall 8 who's having to hit up every league, and I mean, they're going to be at the bottom every single time, so they're going to be hitting up. It's a lot more difficult for them to, be getting huge 3 stars or stuff like that. So when they do a really good 2-star attack and they're consistent throughout leagues getting those 2 stars, I mean, I notice those things. So I try and be fair and, spread the medals around the entire clan like that.
And I think you agree with me in that it's normally the lower town halls that could benefit the most from the medals.
Absolutely.
There's no point giving it to me if I'm max. I just hoard them anyway.
Yeah. I think in our clan, though, I don't know how we ended up with Town Hall 7s that are still Town Hall 7 and not going to Town Hall 8, and a Town Hall 8 that is afraid to go to Town Hall. I don't know if he's afraid to go to Town Hall 9, but he doesn't want to go to Town Hall 9. So we're kind of got stuck with these 4 Town Halls at the bottom that don't want to upgrade and don't really need the medals because I'm sure they all have max medals already. So it's kind of just like, okay.
Yeah, we'll have to see. It's like, yeah. But yeah, no, that's fine. I'm glad leagues is done again. Yeah. The wars have started again. General
Yeah,
wars.
our wars started again. We've done 2 wars since Leagues has ended. 44. We did a 15 and then a 10, and we won them both. Both clans. The first clan that we faced didn't finish attacking. I think again because we attack quite early a lot of the time, and because we require people to hold their own in war. A lot of our first attacks are often 3 stars, and that can be very intimidating for another clan coming up against and saying, "Oh, 3-star, 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 3-star." So sometimes, the very first ones out of leagues, or after we get off of a win streak and then have a loss, starting back up again. I don't know why, but usually that first or second war, it's always, they don't finish attacking right away and whatnot. So we won that war, and last war we won as well. I was quite happy because I got to hit 2 Town Hall 13s. I didn't have to cover any 11s, so I was really, really happy about that. There was a Town Hall 12 that needed to be hit, but I decided that I wanted to hit Town Hall 13 instead, so that's what I did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I noticed. That's all.
Because I'm your backup now.
Yes. Because I think in that 13 I got everything but the Town Hall.
Yeah, you had a 1-star, so I went in there and got the second one.
Yeah, last time I got everything but the Town Hall.
Yeah, that's the Town Hall.
Oh, goodness. But I did say to you that was one of those options that could happen just with what I was planning to do. So you kind of knew that was something that you'd had to plan for.
We were prepared for that, and we knew going into that as well, because they had struggled on all of our 11s, that we had a star to give somewhere. So yeah.
And at the beginning, though, it did look like it was in their favor because they had, they basically had advantage, but we pulled it back. And this war that we've got coming, I think you and I discussed this morning.
I'm worried about this war, and I don't know if I should be, because we actually have the Town Hall advantage this war. Like, this never happens to us. Never. Like, we always get the short end of the stick. They always have, like, it's usually you 13, me 12. They've got 2 13s and a 12 and 15 11s. And this war, they actually have 1 13, 1 12, and 5 11s. And we've got 2 13s and 4 11s. So they've got the extra max Town Hall 11, I think. But we've got 2 13s to their 13 and a 12. So we actually have the advantage up top for once.
I know. But I think you and I were both shocked by that.
I'm still, I don't know why, but I'm still worried.
Well, I mean, it just means that our 11s have to still hold their own. And I think that it's recognised that right now, that is where our weakest links are, is the Town Hall 11s. Not a particular person, but just that's where, in terms of the Town Halls, that's where we're a little bit...
I think it's because they're all maxed, so they're trying different strategies and stuff, because they don't want to be, just one hit wonders with one army. They want to.
But you have to get good before you try something else, is what I would say.
Yeah.
And not just keep trying other things and, going through a rotation. At least get good at something first before you try something else.
All of them, I think, were good with what they were doing, and then they kind of hit a little lull. And I think it's a lull that everybody at some point struggles, no matter how good they are with that army. They struggle at some point, and that's where I don't know if they should have kept going, but then, they tried these other armies. And, I mean, I gotta give them credit, because they definitely are getting better. And, I mean, it's not going to hurt us in the long run if they do have multiple attacks that they can go to and excel with. So
yeah, it's just hard when I don't know, the stars align and they all either well, they all start, struggling at the same time in the same war. That's when it's hard. um, so yeah, that's our war. I'm cautiously optimistic about winning this one as well. So great.
So there's two events going on right now. There is a Meta Militia Pekka event for 400 XP and a super true potion. Forget what power potion. A power potion. And then, oh, look at that! Witches! For 400 XP and a research potion. And I actually have to use the stupid witches because I need that research potion.
You only have to use 4, Jen, so technically that's not spam. 4 is not a spam troop.
It's not, and that's not spam. And the Pekkas, because I've been trying the Queen Charge Invisilalo, Ice Lalo of mine that I am still trying to make work because I keep time failing. I was adding in a Pekka in my CC in the siege barracks that I was using. I was thinking if I just use the siege barracks, does that Pekka count? But no, it has to be actually in your CC.
Mm-hmm. Don't try and scam your way out of it.
I've got 4 attacks left with that to do, and all of the witches left. So within the next 9.5 hours, I have to complete this Pekka event tonight.
Good. I haven't done any of them. I'm in that weird place. I know you're making a face at me because I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say that's 400 extra XP I'm gonna get.
Yeah, that's 400 XP that I'm gaining on you.
I know. But I mean, it falls back onto.
You know what's exciting about that? Because the more I upgrade all my buildings, the more XP I'm going to keep getting, and I'm going to catch you. I am so going to catch you.
Well,
and then I know what's going to happen. Then you're going to be like, oh, she's catching up to me. I'm just going to collect this thing out of my achievements and then boost me up a little bit more. I know you.
No, because that would be the nice thing to do. The not nice thing to do would be to never collect those, and you never actually know if you're actually ahead. So just bear that in mind.
I know you are hoarding your achievement gems, so I know even if I catch, don't worry, I know even if I catch you, I won't have actually caught you. Don't worry.
Yeah,
you'll
never know.
What I will actually eventually catch you on is the troop donations. I think I'm only like 38,000 behind you, so that. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that when we talk about our New Year's resolution.
Oh right, okay. How competitive can I be? Is your resolution? Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, what I was saying is I actually was looking forward to the Pekka event when it was signposted to be coming, but then it came and I haven't done any attacks. And I'm in that weird place where I'm max now, so I don't actually have a need to attack, right? And like I still had all the end of season elixir bonus piled on, so everyone was attacking me for like 1 million elixir. And I'm still over. I even for the amount that I raid, which is also it's like the amount that I raid, it doesn't even go anywhere; it just disappears into the ether. So there is that sort of less enthusiasm for attacking. Obviously, as a war player or somebody that likes to win or try to win the war, I should be attacking, practicing these troops, but. I don't know, you're my backup now. I can be lazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the reason why I haven't done the Pekka one, even though I was initially excited about it. I haven't done it, I think actually it's probably a little bit of part to play with the experiment as well, because that was a little bit more unfinished, shall we say. So yeah, I only have finite amount of time yet. So yeah, so I've not done any I kept on queuing up the troop. And then, it's another day gone. Oh, I need to do my war attack. I'll just unqueue them. And then I'll queue them up again. And then, so I've never actually done one attack with them yet. So I'll do the witches though, because, somebody's competitive and all that. But yes, I'm not. I mean, the potions will count for the gems because I need to get them back because somebody likes to request for random troops at random points for war, and they're not what they normally request. And I haven't bought the season pass for the 1 gem boost yet. And it's like, I'm going to do my attacks and war and lunch, so I need to do them one after another. And I'm like, okay, I'll queue up these hogs, because it's all the hog hybrid thingy. No, I want to do this Isolalo thing. And I want an electro, and then I want a siege machine that's different from the siege barracks. I'm like, that's 60 gems then. No, I'm not bitter. It's not like I have anything to spend gems on anyway.
At that point, you should have bought the season pass. I don't know why you didn't.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
I will buy the season pass eventually. And I know that it makes no sense because now I'm not gaining the benefits that I could. But
the 1 army donation. To me, when I request something stupid.
But that is the only thing, right? The training boost, yes, is helpful, but I have to want to actually attack in the game. And I've just told you I've not done the pekka thing. So I'm not even gaining from that. The research is all done, all the potions are going to be converted to gems anyway. So there's really I'm not really going to get anything other than the 1 gem boost. Which I'm coping so far. So I'm only getting it for the skin and the 1 gem boost. And when I find the enthusiasm to attack again, that'll be what that is. Because, yeah, I haven't been attacking.
Maybe I should challenge you to help me figure out this Queen Charge Invisa Ice Lava Loon.
No, because I have my own thing that I'm working on.
Well, you should tell me, and maybe we can help each other.
No. I mean, no, there's something that I want to try and get good at. But I'm just not. Again, I'm excited about it, but I'm not actually. There's no follow through. So.
Lazy.
Not lazy, just retired. I'm maxed out. I'm allowed to take a break. I'm allowed to potter around. And I haven't been lazy. I've been recruiting.
Yes, you have. Yes. Yes, you definitely have. Okay, so the balancing changes that are coming up, and I just want to say that I am quite ticked off that they are doing this balancing change because I wanted to learn this attack and get good at this attack, and now they're going to nerf it. So I'm really upset. So it says, hey, Chief, next week we will be introducing some balancing changes based on player feedback and data, as well as a couple of visual bug fixes. Here are the changes that are coming. Reduce Super Wizard chain damage from 60% to 40%. So they're nerfing the Blizzard attack, where you throw Ice Wizard, or
Ice Wizards?
not Ice Wizards, the Super Wizards in the blimp, so you can do the Invisi thing in the middle of the base and take out the base. They're basically nerfing that attack because, let's be honest, it is super strong. I watch a lot of videos on it, and it's crazy how, like, you have to be spot on with your timing. Like, I tried it when you first unlocked them, and my timing was not there, so mine all died. But it your timing has to be on with it, and it was such a strong attack. So now they're nerfing it. I'm kind of upset about it. I still want to try it because I do think that it's a good attack. But yeah, I'm sad they're nerfing it already.
But you said you wanted to try it, you wanted to practice it. But I think the fact that they're nerfing it meant that you didn't actually need to practice it at that current state of play.
Yeah.
It was pretty much, guaranteeing you at least however many proportion of the base or something like that. So I think that's why they're nerfing it.
If it's the attack specifically, I think it's the troop, because I know, like I said, I've been watching a lot of videos, and a lot of the YouTubers that are creating videos, it's the troop in general. The super wizards with golems, the super wizards with this, the super wizards with this, and just overpowering every base that it hits. So I think it's the troop itself.
You have to remember that, like, it's obviously, the similar troop would be the electro dragon, right? But it's so handicapped by how slow it is, right? Whereas the wizard is actually just as fast as, I don't actually know if it is just as fast, but it's not as slow as the electro dragon. So, that's why if you imagine the electro dragons being as fast as those wizards, it would just be like a walkover. So there wasn't anything hampering super wizards, and they're not that troop. So
no.
It is. You can understand why they had to sort of do something.
They could have increased the size.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah. So then, with that reduction, there's also an increase to the bomb level of 9. The damage from 112 to 125. So they're increasing.
I think that's also to combat the super wizard blizzard thing, because you said you were seeing people were putting all the bombs there so that the traps they still trigger. So they were just killing all the super wizards. I think you said somebody defended it and whatnot, and so I think that is also to help combat that.
Mm-hmm. There's an increase to the super archer level 9 HP, 500 to 510. I will never be using that troop, since that one does not pertain to me.
I have not used it, but I am not. It's not that I don't want to use it, it's just that there's other troops that I want to use more.
It says, adjust Warden priority to follow the log launcher and battle blimp to reduce the chance of him following them in a deadly run towards the town hall.
See, this is the one that I'm not sure I like. Because what if I want the Warden to follow the Wrecker or the blimp, what have you? Because I need the Warden to cover for when the town hall dies, right, and sets off the bomb. And if the Warden's off to follow something else, then that's not going to be good, is it? Right? I mean, obviously, I don't know if it just means you have to work harder to get your troops funneling together so the Warden covers everyone.
I mean, you're wanting to get most of your troops that way anyway, so I mean, it would be covering them.
Not necessarily, because, like, okay, yes, I can see the blimp. Most of the videos that you watch, they use the Warden's ability halfway through when it's flying and it just sits corners off it. But with the Wrecker, sometimes you do want to actually follow it. I don't actually, but my Wrecker never makes it anyway, so it's probably a good thing. But don't laugh. But I'm not sure how I feel about that one, because what if I do want it to follow it, and now you're putting things in there to make it not as I don't know. I'm on the fence with that change.
Honestly, though, the Warden AI, I don't know if they know what they're doing. It's messed up. Visual changes. Fix the initial projectile coordinate of the geared up archer tower, and fixed a level 11 air defense hit effect. So just a couple things that were insignificant, because I don't think anybody really knows.
Says the person that didn't even know she had villagers that collapsed at trees.
I'm looking that closely. Seriously.
Well, the same people that noticed that the hit effect of a level 11. A level 11 air defense is not quite right.
I laughed at my troops again the other day because I was making the ice hounds, and I was like, "Where's that hound going? I didn't make a hound," and then because I'm like, did I cook a regular hound instead of an ice hound? So I started to panic, and then I saw where it was going. I was like, okay, he's just going to get cool. He'll be back.
You were like, come back, so I can cancel you. Wait, you were probably tapping on it, going, go away, go away, go away.
So those are the changes, not really huge changes, but changes nonetheless.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think January is quarter one is a big update, is it? I don't think it's like a sneak peek kind of thing. It's just, I don't think it's an actual update. I think it's just a balance change. Okay. Now, what next?
Our New Year's resolutions.
So I gave you homework, didn't I?
You weren't supposed to say it was homework. You were supposed to ask me, and then I was supposed to be like,
sorry.
Brilliant
I'll rewind.
answer, and pretend like I didn't, think about it all day at work.
Okay, we'll rewind. Forget. Okay. So, Jen, seeing as it's now the second year, and last episode we talked a little bit about how we thought 2020 went for our clan and in our game and whatnot, I thought it would be good that in this episode we talk about what, it'd be forward looking, what you and I separately want to have. I don't know if the right word is happen, but what your wishes are for the clan this year, and what your wishes are for your own account / game for this year.
Okay, so there was a couple things for the clan that I would like to see. As a clan, I would like to see us have a solid 25 people in the clan.
25?
Right now, I know that we have 15. Like, we've got 15. I mean, and I say solid, I just mean, like, people that are committed to the clan, that, are going to grow with the clan and stuff like that. I would like to see us increase that to 25 people. I would like to see...
So, you're looking for, am I right in understanding, you're wanting 25 solid people committed to the clan, and given that, if we're going to be recruited, you're thinking about 25 plus wars.
Mm-hmm.
She says calmly.
Yes. I know, they're more stressful, but I'm just saying that at the end of the year, that's where I would like us to be, to have 25 people that have grown with the clan and are, committed to the clan. That's where I would like us to be. I would also like us to, just for you and I, to keep on doing the recruitment experiment. The experiment that we did, but I do like when we recruit a specific town hall for a couple weeks and just kind of, I think that we had a lot of success when we did it with our experiment. And I think that that's a good way for us to build the clan, is if we focus on a single town hall and do it for a couple weeks, then, focus on a different one, go to the, back and forth like that. Because we had success with it, I mean, we still have the 11s that we got. We still have that Town Hall 9 that's now a Town Hall 10. So we did have success with it. And that's why I think that we should, as a resolution, continue to keep doing that, because that will get us to the 25 that I would like to see us at. And then because of the 25 solid people that we're going to have at the end of the year, I would like to see us in Crystal 1 for leagues. And I know that leagues isn't a huge big deal for us, but I do feel like if we have those 25 solid people, we can be up there, even if we, still have the little seven. I don't think we'll have the sevens by then, but I do think that we can make it up there, mainly because eventually I'm going to be having all these medals, and I would like to get those statues for Crystal. So that's the goal for that one. And then I would like to see us as a clan at the end of the year have 750 wins.
So that's an extra 150 odd.
That's another 140 wins.
Okay, so 140, and then it's like 2 days. It's 280. And there's only 365 days in a year. We've already had...
Don't worry, I have done the math. It's possible.
Sure, the number's smaller than the other, but you know... What kind of war streak are you going for?
Given our current win rate, it's possible.
And there's war leagues. So that takes a whole 7 days out as well, so you can't war during that week. I think you need to do your maths again, Jen.
No, I don't think so.
Unless you're going for 100%.
Okay, then 725.
I'll talk you down a little bit more later.
No, 725. So
wait a minute, wait. So you want 25 solid players and 725 warrants, and you want those things to happen this year simultaneously.
Okay. 700. Nice round number. 700. That's as low as I'm going. 700. Okay, so those are my clan resolutions. 25 solid people. I want to keep doing the recruitment experiment that we did. Crystal 1 and 700 wins. Now, for myself, I want to be able to attack with Lalo in war and know that I can 3-star. I want to be confident with Lalo like I'm confident with Hybrid. That's my goal that's my resolution for myself, is to get good with not just one specific Lalo, but, to be able to do a Sui Lalo or a Queen Shark Lalo or this Invisa Lalo that I've been doing. Just good with that. And then my other resolution is to catch you with that 38,000 troop donations that I still need to pass you. That's my goal.
All right.
And now that I am Town Hall 13 and can donate siege barracks, that is 30 more troop space that our Town Hall 11s are requesting that you don't have to specifically give them. I can give them too. So I'm going to gain on you. I know I am.
Okay. You're going to gain on me because you generally are nicer than I am.
That too.
I'm just going to say... Because I have certain quirks that, for example, if someone I know has broken our rules, but I haven't seen them witness that act, then I'm less inclined to return troops. And I won't donate to someone if they're in danger, if me donating to them puts them in danger of, an obscene ratio. Whereas you're like, yeah, sure, I'll just donate.
No, that's not true. If somebody is in danger of a ratio like that, I will first request troops from them and then donate.
So everyone gets what they want. Everyone's happy.
Exactly.
Don't think I don't notice, Jen.
Okay, yeah, so those are mine. What are yours?
Okay, so I did not think about this doing work. So my list is not as comprehensive as yours. I think for the clan, I would like more solid members, but I appreciate how hard it is to get them. I don't have a set number, but I do feel that there was a period where we sort of hit a slump and we were like, struggling for numbers for war and whatnot, and I do feel that we're out of that now. So for me, it's more like continuing on in that direction. So yeah, just building the clan that way. I would like to. I have made steps. I've noticed in the clan to have a more balanced sort of clan, as in. And I did notice last year that sometimes there'd be like no elders, more because they've been promoted or they left or what have you. You know, it's not just an actively conscious decision, but sometimes there were parts in our clan life that, you know, we were running out of elders, which meant we couldn't have any co's because you have to be elder before your co and whatnot. And then, so, you know, I think a lot of that is about balancing the influx of potential people that could potentially be solid to then be able to promote them to elder. I mean, I would like to promote certain people, but to keep not displaying the you know, you think, oh, okay, maybe now we can make them elder, but then something will happen and they'll miss a war attack, and you're like, now I got no, you know, you have to build that back up again, the good performance and whatnot. So ideally there'd be people that I want to promote more next this coming year, because that is also a sign that the clan's growing and whatnot. It's never gonna be, you know, you and I will never be managing a clan where everyone's, you know, cool. The only time that would ever happen is if we hit 50-50. I don't know what 50 the other 50 is. If we hit a 50 clan size, you know, in other words, we're full and they've all been there for years and they're all cool. That's the only time that would ever happen. So, you know, I do think, you know, as if your clan's growing, then there should be people moving, you know, across the ranks and whatnot. I'd like there to be more ranks, but, you know, I do think you need to have that movement of people to recognise their efforts, I think. I would like, you know, you keep saying this, and people keep saying it as well, and it's probably very likely. I don't think it's going to be as soon as you think it is, but, you know, when Town Hall 14 lands, if it's this year, I don't think it's anytime soon, but if it does land this year, I would like us as a clan to have a plan, or at least an opinion as to how we move forward with it, because like you said, because we are a mixed town hall clan, sometimes that doesn't work in our favour when we're doing war, particularly in leagues as well, like you said. You know, the range of town halls makes it harder for the matchmaking to find the match. So I would like us as a clan to actually have a somewhat plan of what we want to do, particularly with, like you mentioned, there's people that are hesitant, resistant to move up to the next level. They're just happy where they are at, you know, 10-7, 10-8 and whatnot. What does that mean for them? And you know, generally have a plan. So those are the things that I don't have set figures. But I think it's good that you do. Because it's nice to have a target. I don't have set figures for it. I don't have much else for the clan. I would like more success in recruiting people not from the Americas.
Yeah.
If only to combat the fact that, you know, you're trying to donate more, and that it's only working because they're awake at the same time as you are and I'm asleep. So I would like more people from the not Americas so that I can donate to them. No, I would like a little bit more balance, you know, in terms of that. Those are just sort of wishful thinkings. I still firmly believe that we can have people that are from a wide range of countries working together, regardless of their time zone. And it's just finding those people. And then in terms of my personal resolutions, well, we've just talked about it. I'm not going to take my achievements just so that you will never know, Jen. You will never know if you've bet me. I don't really have any for myself because I'm not enough to do. No, I tell a lie. In fact, I'll just make it right now on the spot. I'll do that scatter shot one.
Well, you haven't defeated the Great Dragon either.
Yeah, I've not logged into Supercell ID either, Jen. So, yeah, there's just some achievements that I might just not do. But I mean, I think the Super Dragon does intrigue me, but I'm not. I do feel it's a waste of me hitting them now when I don't need the loot. So
that was the only reason that I did mine, was because I knew that I needed the loot and I was, going to be able to use it. And that was the only reason why I was excited to complete my goblin. I haven't completed it yet. I have to go back and get a couple stars, but I was excited to be able to hit in that again because I knew I was going to be using the loot. I was just like, okay, I can get this stupid challenge done.
Yeah. So, yeah, if there is, if the HNL 14 comes out and I do need the loot, then I'll hit it. But until such a time that I need the loot, doesn't make sense to hit it and not get any gain apart from maybe that achievement. But yeah, so yeah, I'll try and do the scatter shot one. I think that one is actually quite hefty as well anyway, so that'll be my one. And yeah, I am still not gonna move any of my obstacles. Remove any of my. I'm not gonna tidy my base, Jen. What else? No, I mean, yeah, I don't have any particular objectives for me. Maybe to be a little bit more relaxed about the game. Yeah, because even though I don't have,
you can now because you know that you have proper backup.
I do. You're my backup. So yeah, slacking off. Here we come. Here I come. Slacking off for you. Watch me go rapidly downhill from now.
Better
not. Okay. So we're just over an hour.
So if you want to do a Can't Fix Stupid, then we can wrap things up.
Yeah, of which, by the way, it's related to just the amazing amount of recruitment effort that I've put in the last few days. Because, we're trying to bump up the numbers and try and get big people, but you gotta wade through the the non-good ones, shall we say, to get the good ones. And I Can't Fix Stupid comes from today, where and I still think that there's certain times when people join. So at this certain point in time, there were time of the day. I mean, we just had this big influx of people coming in, and you tell them what the clan's about, what we're looking for, and whatnot, and then they go ahead and do the thing that you don't want them to do. Even though they say, I'm not gonna do it, or I understand what you want me not to do, they still go and do it, right? And then so a whole lot of people came in and they were all getting kicked pretty much instantaneously. right? And then one of them said, "Why are you kicking all of these people that are requesting for troops?" Basically, right? And then he went ahead and requested for troops himself. Like this, so he requested after he asked the question, which therefore meant that, you know, I don't know what he was thinking. Did he think that I was just not going to kick him? like there must not be any kind of, like, he could sense that there was a pattern that these people were joining and they were getting kicked because they were requesting troops, and he saw that pattern and was asking about it. But then I don't know, he must have just thought, okay, I gotta do it, I gotta press that button for the requesting troops. So it's just, I like, you just saw me kick like at least 5 people in a row for doing the exact same thing that you're asking about. Why are you going to do it again? Why do you think that you'll get a different outcome? So, yeah, I don't know. Unless there's, I mean, I don't know, Jen, is there something that I'm not seeing there?
No, I don't know. Something must have been misfiring in his head.
But he saw the pattern. He saw what was happening.
Oh, yeah, but he must have, I don't know.
Because he didn't just say, "Why are you kicking all these people?" He specifically said, "Why are you kicking all these people for when they're requesting troops?" And then he goes and does it. So he knew the cause and effect. He knew the cause and, you know, what happens after, and yet he decided, I don't know. And I have noticed a lot, there's like a increasing trend of people that have been coming in that are, they always say, I was invited. You know, we laughed about that earlier, but there's a lot more of them now.
There is. I had one day too. He's like, I was invited. I'm like, yeah, it's a closed clan. Everyone's invited. He's like, And then he left. Because he specifically named you, and it was just
that would sway. That was his golden pass.
Yeah, everyone gets invited. It's a closed clan. It's like, And then he left, and then I laughed in chat, and I said, someone thought he was special.
Yeah. Yeah, just like the guy that you told them what you wanted from him, and he's like, but I got invited, and you're like, yeah, to have this conversation. Although I have worked out a sentence to say now, because in preemption, that's not even a word, preempting that they're going to say this, right? Because I've noticed, so on the increase, people are saying, as an excuse for, you know, breaking the rules or whatnot, I was invited, right? But I've also noticed, you know, there was a few today that were like, oh, I don't want to war. I don't like war. Can I opt out of war? I'm red. My shield is red, right? So normally you and I would go, well, why are you joining a war clan if you don't want a war, right? And then the answer that you get is, because I was invited, right? But I've now worked out that if I say, you know, after they say, I don't want a war, I don't like war, don't put me in war, I now say, well, why did you accept an invite to a war clan?
Hey, there you go.
And then they just leave, and I'm like, ha ha.
That's good.
That happened 3 times today, by the way.
That'll save me some typing. I know that'll save me some typing, because they will. They'll just leave because they won't have an answer to that.
Why did you accept the invite? You know, because it's almost like they said, because I was invited, and they forget the fact that you still actually have to accept the invite. You can always decline if it doesn't suit you, but they chose to accept. It's not like I invited you and you got magically sucked into some black hole into the clan, you know. So yeah, I figured that out today.
Oh, yeah, that's good. So on that note, we will end things here, and we will probably do another episode next week. Not sure what we'll talk about. Hopefully some things will change. Maybe there'll be some more events or whatnot. And
yeah, I mean, if
maybe
it's not, if it's a slow clash week, we could talk about that thing that I mentioned to you before.
Yeah.
But we can talk about it. We'll save it because we might not have time to talk about it, and we just keep dragging it forward. But yeah, somebody likes to ramble, and it's definitely not me, so we can fill it up.
Yeah. So we will talk to everybody next week.
Bye.